So I'm going to talk about the trailer release, the sudden trailer release of The Mandalorian Grogu, which it's going to sound a little tinfoil hatty for a second, but why does this feel like this came out as like what I'd like to call a jingling keys kind of situation? Um, because for the past few days, after the whole Jimmy Kimmel thing, people have been apparently canceling their Hulu and Disney Plus in droves in response to the whole Disney thing. And I imagine they've been getting earfuls about it, about the whole thing. So I feel like, and maybe this was already timed. I'm just saying, like, this kind of, like, there's a part of me that thinks this is just a little bit too sudden not to be here, right? But yeah, it just feels like, hey, look at the Mandalorian and Grogu. Don't you like them? Please pay no attention to the mouse making a situation bad. Anyway, enough about that. But we're going to talk about the trailer for The Mandalorian Grogu, which I didn't realize was coming out next year. I, for some reason, thought it was 2027. I legit thought that not May of next year. I thought it was May of 2027. So I'm actually kind of shocked. I'm surprised. Am I excited for this movie? Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I'm curious, but like I don't know if I want to see it. Not because like the whole, not just because the what's going on, but also because like I just feel like I'm not feeling it. Like I watched the trailer and I'm like I'm not feeling it. I didn't have a lot of love for Mandalorian season 3 because I feel like the story went completely everywhere else. And it kind of goes back to my whole thing of how I feel about Dave Filoni as of late. If you still like his work, that's totally fine. But personally, and I've talked about this before, I personally have been feeling that Dave Filoni has been kind of... his formula is getting stale. Like, his formula is kind of getting stale of, hey, remember that thing you like? I'm totally a fan. Let me, also not kill off characters and keep them long after and shoehorn them into events. I don't know. I just feel like there is I just feel like that was my biggest problem with Ahsoka. That was one of my biggest problems with the Ahsoka series, is that it feels more like Dave Filoni is putting more emphasis on, picture over story. And I don't know, like, it feels like that here. We're getting Zero the Hutt in here as a gladiator. We're getting just random shots. We don't really see a real story. And don't get me wrong, there are like some real gorgeous shots in this series. But I just kind of feel like we're not really, and I know it's a teaser. You're not supposed to get the whole story. It's just like, ooh, look at this thing. But it just feels like we're looking at an extended episode. Is it just me? I don't mean to sound, look, and I also know, I'm sounding a little, negative on it. I don't mean to be. And for all intents and purposes, it could be good. Like, this thing could be good. It's just that I'm a little burnt out on Mandalorian, and I'm kind of like, outside of Andor, I haven't really been feeling a lot of these Star Wars projects. Not because like, because the woke agenda or whatever. No, it's just they haven't been good. Like, I just am not feeling them. Like, I'm genuinely just not really feeling anything about them. They like, one of the reasons why I didn't like what was it? The Acolyte, was because the writing was pretty bad and it was predictable. Lightsaber fights were cool though, and I feel like the thing is that I feel like that show had potential. That's the other thing, is that I genuinely feel like that show had like some legit potential. But I'm getting off topic. The other stupid chair. I just need to buy one after all this time. The other thing I really I'm glad we're still getting a lot of practical effects. I do appreciate that, like, this show really predicates itself on, like, the old Star Wars of, hey, we're making this series feel like, a classic show. We're making this feel like a we're making this feel like a classic series. And I really do like that. I really do like that, like, this, like, that's always been the thing, that they've always tried to do practical effects more so than ever. And I will say that there is one shot I really did like of, like, Din destroying an AT-AT on a cliff, and it just starts falling over real slow. I'm like, all right, this movie's going to look beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I really do think this movie is going to look, it's seriously going to look really beautiful. I have no doubts about that it's going to look just absolutely gorgeous. And there are some really gorgeous shots in the film. I mean, in the trailer. I just don't know what again, I imagine second trailer comes around, probably around D23? We'll probably get, like, is D23 already come and gone? I can't even remember. But the point being is that next trailer will probably, like, make or break for me. But, like, I don't even think it was the teaser. It's just I'm not like, I haven't been in a Star Wars mood in the longest time. Not since Andor Season 2, which I think was just the peak. Does it mean I hate Star Wars? No. I just kind of, I just have been kind of unvibing with Star Wars as of late. And it's I don't really think it's anyone's fault. Could this bring me back? Yeah. But Mandalorian Season 3 was so bizarre and took a take that I really didn't like, of just suddenly we're deviating from the story to something else. That was kind of my problem with Filoni in general, is that, again, it's writing that makes you go, wait a minute. So why are we suddenly pivoting to Bo-Katan, who, again, is a terrorist whose actions got her sister killed by Maul? I will never stop talking about that. Honestly, I will never stop harping on that. I basically am like, why did we suddenly deviate to that rather than that just be... If you wanted to make that the story, then go ahead. But this, I don't know. It just feels like I'm just not feeling it. That's my biggest issue, is that right now I'm just not feeling it. And maybe that's just because I've had a burnout of Star Wars and it's just been replaced by Warhammer. It could be the case. But yeah. Again, there's things I like about it. Again, the shots, and I really do like kind of the galaxy adventure kind of story we're going with. But at the same time, I'm also of this mindset of, what's going to stop this from not being like making me walk out of this theater going, this should have just been a season of the Mandalorian rather than just a movie, because I have that fear that it could be just a whole collection of stories. And yes, I did see Zeb there. Before anyone says in the comments, oh, but didn't you see Zeb? I saw him. Another character, Filoni character creation that, people will, oogle over, and he'll keep around longer than needed. Anyway, I know, I'm sorry if I sounded like a pessimistic asshole this whole time, and I am genuinely sorry about that. I'm just kind of this mindset of, I just don't feel it. Like, I'm just not feeling it. And if you do, honestly, I'm happy for you. I'm real happy if you're vibing with this trailer. So yeah, I'm going to leave it off to you guys. What did you guys think of the Mandalorian Grogu trailer? Did you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.